Hello and welcome to United Buzz, your daily destination for all things Manchester United. From breaking news and match updates to transfer talk and exclusive behind-the-scenes stories. Let's get started. For Manchester United fans, it's been a mixture of hope, frustration, and expectation over recent weeks. Big names are being linked, negotiations are being opened, but nothing is ever simple at Old Trafford. It's a transfer market full of twists and turns, and as always, United seem to be involved in some of the most dramatic storylines. One of the players making headlines right now is Brazilian winger Antony. Signed with so much excitement from Ajax, Antony's time at Manchester United hasn't exactly gone according to plan. Injuries, inconsistency, and off-field distractions have seen him struggle to justify the massive fee United paid for him. Now, his future is very much up in the air. According to Fabrizio Romano, Italian side Como have made a surprise move to sign Antony in recent days. Manchester United are aware of his preference, but as of now, there's no agreement in place between the two clubs. Betis want Antony, Antony wants Betis, but the financial terms have yet to be finalized. United's interest in Mbeumo has been ongoing for weeks. Fabrizio Romano revealed that Manchester United made an official bid worth £55 million, but that was swiftly rejected by Brentford. The London-based club value their star player at closer to £63 million, and they're in no mood to sell cheaply. United, though, aren't giving up. Romano confirmed that fresh contacts have been made, with talks now underway again between the two clubs. Mbeumo fits the profile of player Ruben Amorim wants to add to his squad: direct, hardworking, and hungry to succeed. But Manchester United aren't the only club in the race. Tottenham Hotspur are also pushing hard to convince the Cameroonian attacker to join them, offering the lure of Champions League football next season. Newcastle United have also shown interest, though United remain determined to win this race. It's a tricky balancing act for Manchester United. They want to show ambition, but they also need to negotiate wisely. Overpaying could cause problems later in the window, especially with other targets still on the radar. Speaking of other targets, one of the biggest transfer sagas in Europe right now involves Victor Osimhen. The Napoli striker has been linked to Manchester United for what feels like forever. Strong, athletic, and a clinical finisher, Osimhen would be a dream signing for most top clubs looking to solve their striker problems. But Napoli's asking price is enormous, and so far, United haven't made a decisive move. Fabrizio Romano described the situation as a gamble. Manchester United must decide whether to go all in for Osimhen and risk blowing a huge chunk of their transfer budget, or whether to look at alternative options like Victor Gyokeres or Hugo Ekitike. The Osimhen saga is complicated by the fact that other clubs, especially in the Premier League and Saudi Arabia, are also monitoring the situation closely. Meanwhile, another developing story surrounds the goalkeeper position at Old Trafford. Reports have suggested that Argentina's World Cup-winning goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez is open to a move to Manchester United. Emi Martinez has refused to rule out the possibility of joining the Red Devils this summer, which has sparked fresh excitement among the fans. United already have Andre Onana between the sticks, but his future is still a little uncertain. While reports have indicated that Manchester United are not desperate to sell Onana, they would be open to the right offer if it came. Onana, for his part, has publicly stated that he wants to stay and prove himself at Old Trafford after a rocky first season, but nothing in football is guaranteed. Elsewhere, United's rebuild continues at all levels of the club. They are even thinking about the future with young talents. One name emerging is Harley Emsden-James, a talented 16-year-old centre-back from Southampton. Talks are reportedly at an advanced stage, with United hoping to add him to their academy setup soon. It's a move that fits the long-term vision Ruben Amorim and the club are working on, building not just for the next season, but for the next decade. All of these stories are unfolding at a time when Manchester United need clarity more than ever. With Amorim preparing for his first full campaign, the expectations are sky high. Fans want to see progress, but progress requires the right players, the right mentality, and smart moves in the market. So far, United have made one major signing, Matheus Cunha from Wolves, and now the pressure is on to bring in more quality. As we approach the heart of the summer, one thing is certain: there will be more twists, more negotiations, and probably a few surprises. But for Manchester United supporters, hope remains alive that when September arrives. Under manager Ruben Amorim, there's a feeling that a fresh start is underway, one driven by hunger, new ideas, and a clear plan for the future. Big names might leave. Exciting talent could arrive. But one thing is certain: Manchester United won't stand still. The focus right now is on attacking reinforcements. It's no secret that United struggled to find the back of the net last season, and Amorim knows that new firepower is the key to changing that. One of the biggest transfer sagas currently developing surrounds Victor Gyokeres. The Swedish striker has been one of the hottest properties in European football, tearing it up with Sporting CP in Portugal. Encouragingly for United, Gyokeres is still open to making the move to Old Trafford, even though the club won't be able to offer Champions League football next season. That's a massive boost for Amorim, who has a good relationship with the forward from their time together at Sporting. For a player of Gyokeres' quality to be interested in joining this rebuilding Manchester United project says a lot about the pull the club still has. But as is often the case in transfer windows, nothing is straightforward. United are facing competition for Gyokeres, and they know they need backup plans. That's where Hugo Ekitike comes in. The young Eintracht Frankfurt striker is another exciting name on United's shortlist. With Liverpool and Chelsea also keeping tabs on him, United are looking to get creative to win the race. It's been reported that the Red Devils are considering a player plus cash deal for Ekitike, with Joshua Zirkzee possibly being used as part of the package to bring the Frenchman to Manchester. Frankfurt have made it clear they won't sell unless they get close to their £85 million asking price. But United are determined to work out a deal, knowing that the 22-year-old could be a huge part of their future if developed properly. While the forward positions are grabbing headlines, work is also going on behind the scenes to build for the future defensively. One exciting move is the club's advanced talks to sign 16-year-old centre-back Harley Emsden-James from Southampton. United scouts have identified him as a major talent in English football, and the hope is that if they secure his signature now, they could have a future defensive star already at Carrington before long. But as new players are being lined up, the future of some familiar faces remains uncertain. One of the biggest ongoing stories is Marcus Rashford's situation. After a difficult season, it's looking more and more likely that Rashford could be leaving Old Trafford. Reports have suggested that he's already made a plea to join Barcelona, with the Spanish giants circling. It's been claimed that Rashford's preferred destination is La Liga, and although Newcastle United were reportedly interested in a loan move, the England international seems to have his heart set on making the switch to Spain. Meanwhile, Barcelona are closing in on a deal for Athletic Bilbao star Nico Williams, and that could complicate Rashford's hopes. Another player who might be on the move is Mason Mount. Since arriving from Chelsea, things haven't really clicked for Mount at Old Trafford. Injuries have limited his impact, and with Aston Villa reportedly keen on signing him, there's a growing feeling that United could be open to letting him go. Villa are preparing for Europa League football next season, and a move could offer Mount a fresh start, and give United some financial breathing space to reinvest in other areas. Speaking of former United players, Paul Pogba has also been making headlines. After leaving Juventus, Pogba has remained without a club, but he sparked wild speculation recently by posting a photo of himself wearing a Real Madrid shirt. The message accompanying the picture was cryptic, but it didn't take long for rumors to spread that Pogba might have found his next team. Whether or not that turns into a serious move remains to be seen, but it's clear that Pogba is eager to get back on the pitch and remind the football world of his talent. And then there's Jadon Sancho. The winger's time at Manchester United looks to be coming to an end. Sancho is reportedly happy to accept a move to Italy, with Napoli showing strong interest. Juventus are also said to be keen, having made contact with United to discuss what kind of fee might be required. After struggling to find consistency in Manchester, Sancho could be about to take on a whole new challenge in Serie A. With all these potential departures, Manchester United are also thinking about their future investments. For Ruben Amorim, this is his chance to build his own United. After finishing in a shocking 15th place in the Premier League last season, there's no room for excuses anymore. The club needs major changes, and fast. The message coming out of the club is clear. No one is safe, and everything is on the table. The transfer window has barely opened, yet the rumors and deals are already flying in all directions. One of the biggest stories right now is the future of Jadon Sancho. After his fallout with the coaching staff and a forgettable loan spell away from Old Trafford, it seems his Manchester United chapter is closing for good. His agent has been busy making calls, speaking to clubs in Germany where Sancho once became a superstar at Borussia Dortmund. But surprisingly, it's Italy that could be his next destination. Serie A giants Napoli have stepped forward with serious interest, and Juventus are also keen. Juventus have even made an approach to United to learn exactly what price would be required to secure Sancho's services. After a career that promised so much, Sancho is now searching for a fresh start in Europe, and Manchester United will be more than happy to strike a deal that benefits all parties. Meanwhile, the focus isn't just on who's leaving. There's also the small matter of rebuilding this broken squad. The first piece of that rebuild has already arrived, with Brazilian striker Matheus Cunha making the move to Old Trafford after United activated his £62.5 million release clause. Cunha represents the first of what United hope will be several big signings to inject life and quality back into the team. But the fans want more. They want stars. They want names that will bring back the fear factor to this historic club. There's still potential for United to land a massive financial boost, with as much as £170 million in transfer sales possible if key targets are moved on successfully. The likes of Jadon Sancho, Antony, and Alejandro Garnacho could bring in significant funds to reinvest in players that fit Amorim's vision. Speaking of Garnacho, his name is at the center of more transfer drama. Despite being seen by many as the future of Manchester United, Amorim isn't convinced that the talented Argentine fits into the style of football he wants to play. As a result, Garnacho is now being quietly offered to major European clubs. Napoli, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, Aston Villa, and Tottenham are all monitoring his situation closely. United are hoping to start the bidding at around £50 million. They're hoping, once again, that a bidding war might help drive up that price. And it's not just Garnacho's future in doubt. Brazilian winger Antony, who spent part of last season on loan with Real Betis, is another player expected to be sold. Manchester United have made it clear that they're only interested in a permanent transfer for him. No more loan deals, no favors. Betis want him, Antony is open to it. But it's all going to depend on whether they can come up with the money. As for the goalkeeper situation, things remain interesting. Andre Onana has been another name floating around the transfer gossip columns. Despite a mixed season full of errors, Onana remains part of Amorim's plans for next season, unless, of course, someone offers a massive fee for him. But behind the scenes, Onana is showing his commitment. He wants to fight for his place, prove himself in front of the Old Trafford faithful, and silence the critics. Right now, it looks like he will be staying, but football moves quickly, and the right offer could change everything. Defensively, United's pursuit of Jared Branthwaite looks like it might hit another dead end. Last summer, United offered around £50 million for the powerful Everton defender, but the Toffees said no. And now, Everton have started talks to give Branthwaite a new contract, with manager David Moyes eager to build his new-look team around him. It's another frustration for United in a window that's already proving to be complicated. But it's not all bad news. There's still plenty of ambition at Old Trafford. Amorim and the board know that this is a defining summer. United need to show intent. The club's goal is to reshape this team with quality, young talent, and experienced leaders who can get the team challenging again, not just in England, but across Europe too. There's also a sense of focus around not wasting energy on hopeless targets. Things are heating up again. Emiliano Martinez, Argentina's World Cup winning goalkeeper and one of the most respected shot stoppers in the Premier League, has been linked with a move to Old Trafford. And crucially, Martinez has not ruled it out. Speaking while on international duty with Argentina, the Aston Villa star made it clear he's open to possibilities. Villa want to hold on to him, of course, especially with European football on the horizon. But for Martinez, the idea of guarding the goal at Old Trafford is hard to ignore. While United are pushing forward in some transfer races, they've also decided to back away from others. One notable example is Jonathan David, the Canadian striker who is being closely monitored by several top European clubs. Now it seems that Manchester United have withdrawn their interest entirely. Juventus looks to be leading the chase for his signature now, with Barcelona, PSG, Napoli, and Inter also stepping back. David reportedly wants wages of around €7 million a year, but with United focused elsewhere, that move won't be happening. It's a summer of decisions at Manchester United. Ruben Amorim has arrived with a clear strategy. He wants players who will fit his style, play his way, and fight for the shirt. If that means big names need to leave, so be it. If it means unpopular decisions, so be it. There's a new feeling of urgency. No more half measures, no more wasted opportunities. This is about doing whatever it takes to get Manchester United competing again with the best in Europe. Right now, there are talks happening behind the scenes, and the transfer activity is starting to heat up. Manchester United's search for a new goalkeeper has led them straight to Aston Villa's Emiliano Martinez. The Argentina international is already one of the most respected keepers in the world, with his brilliant shot-stopping and commanding presence. And now, with talks gathering pace, Martinez himself has refused to rule out a move. Speaking while on international duty with Argentina, Martinez made it clear, he's not closing the door on anything. And that's exactly what Manchester United need. Players who are not only talented, but hungry for the next big step. While Martinez edges closer to a potential move, another story has surfaced about Jonathan David, a player Manchester United had been following closely. But now, reports suggest that United have decided to walk away from that race. Juventus now appears to be leading the chase for the Canadian striker, with other European giants like Napoli, Inter, Barcelona, and PSG also stepping back. David is reportedly looking for a salary of around €7 million per year, but for now, it seems his future won't be at Old Trafford. Meanwhile, talk around Alejandro Garnacho refuses to go away. Chelsea, at one point, had been loosely linked with the exciting Argentine winger, but now, former Chelsea midfielder Emmanuel Petit has stepped in with advice for his old club: avoid Garnacho. Speaking to TalkSport Bet, Petit didn't hold back. He criticized Garnacho's behavior and lack of progress in recent months, claiming that Chelsea already have young, frustrated wingers and that signing Garnacho would only add more problems. Petit admitted Garnacho has the right mentality, but his development on the pitch has been disappointing. It's a rare public criticism of the United youngster, but one that highlights the pressure Garnacho is under as a player expected to take that next step. All this off-the-field talk is important, but so are the big transfer moves happening at Old Trafford this summer. One of the most surprising developments is the growing expectation that Mason Mount could be leaving United after just one difficult season. The Champions League winner has not hit the heights many hoped for when he swapped Stamford Bridge for Manchester. Injuries have been a major problem, keeping him from getting a proper run in the team. But just as he started to show flashes of his quality toward the end of the season, reports now say Aston Villa want to sign him. With Villa preparing for a Europa League campaign, Mount's creativity and experience could be exactly what they need. For United, selling Mount could make sense financially. His wages are significant, and that money could be used to strengthen other areas of the squad. One area they're definitely trying to strengthen is midfield, and that brings us to Xavi Simons. Manchester United are one of several Premier League clubs keeping a close eye on the RB Leipzig star. Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham are all in the race, but United have every reason to push hard for his signature. Leipzig want over £60 million, but Simons might just be worth every penny. Still only 21, Simons is fast, technical, creative, and plays with the kind of flair that could lift Manchester United's attack to another level. If they can beat the competition to his signing, it could be one of the smartest moves of the window. And what about Marcus Rashford? The academy graduate's future is still up in the air. Newcastle United wanted to tempt him with a move to the northeast, especially now that they'll be playing Champions League football. But Rashford seems to have his heart set elsewhere. Reports suggest he's ready to turn Newcastle down, with his focus firmly on securing a move to Barcelona. For a player who's worn the badge since he was a kid, that's not an easy decision. Rashford leaving Old Trafford would mark the end of a long chapter, but sometimes players need a fresh challenge. Rashford believes that's what he needs right now. So what's next? Manchester United are moving. Slowly in some cases, quickly in others, but they're working to reshape the squad. Emiliano Martinez could be the first major arrival. Xavi Simons could be next. Mason Mount could be on his way out. Jonathan David looks like a missed opportunity, but that's the nature of the transfer window. Some targets work, others don't. The key question, though, is whether Manchester United can finally get it right. Fans have heard promises before, but United aren't standing still. They're pushing hard for new attacking talent, and that's where Bryan Mbeumo comes in. Brentford's Cameroonian forward had a fantastic season last year. His pace, power, and goal-scoring ability made him one of the standout attackers in the Premier League. Manchester United know how important it is to bring in players like him. Players who are hungry, players who have proven themselves in English football, and players who are ready to take that next step. United have already offered over £60 million for Mbeumo. Tottenham and Newcastle are also in the hunt, but United have made their move. They don't want to miss out on him. Mbeumo, for his part, seems ready for the challenge. He knows moving to Old Trafford would take him to the next level in his career, and he's determined to prove he belongs on that stage. Of course, the search for a striker doesn't stop there. Victor Gyokeres is still very much available this summer. The Swedish striker has rejected a move to Juventus, which keeps the door wide open for both Manchester United and Arsenal. Gyokeres is powerful, confident, and deadly in front of goal. United need that kind of presence up front. The fact that he's still on the market gives United hope that they can get a deal done. But they aren't putting all their eggs in one basket. Another name firmly on their radar is Mohamed Kudus. The club is also fighting off interest in some of their biggest stars. One of those players is Alejandro Garnacho, United's explosive young winger. Reports suggest that a bidding war could be about to break out. £50 million is expected to be the starting price, and the queue is growing. Napoli, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, Aston Villa, Tottenham, all circling like sharks in the water. For Manchester United, Garnacho isn't just another player. He's one of the few who represents hope. Losing him would be a disaster. Not just for the team, but for the connection with the fans, who have watched Garnacho grow from promising academy talent into one of the club's most exciting players. But with financial pressure mounting and massive transfer deals being lined up, United may have no choice but to listen to offers. And speaking of transfers, there's plenty happening on that front too. One of the hottest names right now is Bryan Mbeumo. Manchester United have made their move. According to the Sunday Times, the Red Devils have officially upped their offer for the Brentford forward. The new bid is reportedly more than £60 million, as they try to beat both Tottenham and Newcastle to his signature. Mbeumo had a breakout season at Brentford, scoring goals for fun and proving that he's ready for a bigger stage. Tottenham remains serious about signing him, especially after bringing in Thomas Frank as their new manager, the very coach who helped Mbeumo shine at Brentford. But United are determined. They've been stung by missing out on big targets before, and they don't want to lose this one to a Premier League rival. While the Mbeumo saga rumbles on, another striker story continues to dominate the headlines: Victor Gyokeres. Gyokeres has been one of the most talked about forwards in Europe this summer. United want him, Arsenal want him, Juventus wanted him too, but the Swedish striker rejected a move to Turin, according to Corriere dello Sport. That's good news for United. With Juventus out of the race, it's a straight battle between Old Trafford and the Emirates. But here's the problem. Reports claim Gyokeres has told his agent that Arsenal is his preferred destination. Sound familiar? United fans have seen this story before. Frenkie de Jong, Declan Rice, the long, painful transfer chases that ended with someone else lifting the trophy. Some at Old Trafford now believe it's time to switch focus. Maybe, just maybe, this is the summer to go back for Victor Osimhen. Osimhen, the powerful Nigerian striker, has been lurking in the background all summer. It's almost strange how quiet the rumors have been, considering how many times he's been linked with United in the past. But with Gyokeres drifting towards Arsenal, Osimhen could be the perfect plan B, or even the better option all along. It's not just in attack where United are looking for reinforcements. Midfield is also a priority, and one name on their radar is Mohamed Kudus. The West Ham star had a solid season, scoring 5 goals and providing 4 assists. But West Ham won't sell him easily. The Guardian reports that the Hammers have slapped a £85 million release clause on the Ghanaian international. That's a huge price. But United are watching, carefully, quietly, waiting for their moment. Talk of transition, no more excuses. This is now about action. Ruben Amorim knows it. The players know it. The fans demand it. This summer transfer window is not just about adding new faces. It's about reshaping the identity of the club. And United have been busy on every front. One of the biggest stories is about Marcus Rashford. Once the poster boy of the Manchester United Youth Academy, his career has taken dramatic turns in recent years. After falling out of form, Rashford went on loan to Aston Villa, where he started to show glimpses of his old self again. But now, things have taken another twist. Reports from Spain suggest that Manchester United are ready to let Rashford leave, but they want something big in return. Barcelona are interested. And United? They've got their eyes on Ronald Araujo, Barca's commanding centre-back. This isn't just a transfer for the sake of it. This is strategic. If Rashford goes, United want defensive steel in return. Araujo could be the backbone of Amorim's new-look defense. Rashford, meanwhile, would get the fresh start he might need in Spain. But while Rashford's future is uncertain, another name is emerging as a potential addition to United's attacking force: Hugo Ekitike. The young French striker, currently with Eintracht Frankfurt, is reportedly intrigued by the idea of joining Manchester United. According to Team Talk, Ekitike sees Old Trafford as a stage where he could shine, and he might just be United's plan B, because their top target is still Victor Gyokeres. Gyokeres, currently starring at Sporting Lisbon, has been linked with United for months, but things got complicated. Reports suggest the Swedish striker told his agent he preferred a move to Arsenal. Still, Ruben Amorim, who worked closely with Gyokeres at Sporting, hasn't given up hope of convincing his former striker to join him again, this time in Manchester. And with Ekitike showing serious interest, United are keeping their options open. If they can't get Gyokeres, they're ready to go for Ekitike, a talented, quick striker who could develop into something special under Amorim's guidance. But United's transfer targets don't stop there. Another exciting player on their radar is Davide Fratesi, the Italian international midfielder who's currently making waves at Inter Milan. United want more creativity and attacking threat from midfield, and Fratesi could bring exactly that. Fixtures reports that Inter would want around £30 million for the Italy star, a fee United could easily manage if other sales go through. Speaking of sales, Jadon Sancho's exit looks almost certain now. After his much-publicized fallout at United, Sancho spent last season out on loan at Chelsea. Now, it seems, a new chapter awaits him in Italy.